Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. So today we're over on the test server and the new patch just dropped 1.59 and we're going to look at Isabella. I actually brought Isabella up on my other monitor to see exactly what is going on and what the changes are. So let's take a look at this hero, guys. One of the very cool Graveborn heroes, but ultimately when she casted her ultimate ability, which was this one, it did far less damage than the Void Barrage is what we had seen in the past. So essentially not being very effective overall. You didn't want her to ult before, which was very weird for a hero not wanting to ult because the Void Barrage did so much additional damage. The first thing we're going to look at is Decimation. So she casts a spell that launches up to 8 arcane orbs, which is completely different. Each orb deals 220% damage to a random hero, prioritizing enemies that have not already been hit by the current spell. Otherwise, the most injured enemy target is prioritized. Damage is raised up to 250%. Isabella is immune to control abilities for 3 seconds while casting it, and then each orb cast increases the damage of a following orb by 20%. Wow. So the old one actually gives her the immunity, but it only does 160% damage and she can cast it up to 8 times. This is 8 times as well, but she is going from 160 damage at level 3 to essentially 250 damage plus the increased damage of the orbs. That is going to be a massive increase in damage for Isabella. Remember, she's a very fast caster, especially with haste. But increasing her damage significantly is going to make a huge difference when it comes to the damage. So let's see, Isabel casts a spell as her normal attacks. After a short delay, the most injured enemy is targeted by lightning, dealing 160% damage. That was the old one. It did the weakest enemy target, and now it is the most injured, which is very cool. So now it's going to be kind of a finishing move when she casts this Void Barrage, doing 160% damage. Level 2 was 175, that remains the same. Level 3, damage is raised by 12% each time it is successfully cast. Damage can be stacked up to 3 times, which again, that is the same. Level 4, base damage is raised to 190, damage is raised to 15%. So that remains the same. So just a little bit of verbiage in the beginning. It's not targeting the weakest enemy target, it is taking the most injured enemy target, which again, that is very big because that can be a massive finishing move. So Psy Reap used to be soul power, so they actually reworked this entire skill for Isabella. Isabella continuously casts a spell, stealing 75 energy points every 0.5 seconds from the nearest enemy hero. Oh my goodness. So they gave her a energy reduction instead of gradually healing herself. She raised up in the air and it gave her some energy points. So they gave her an energy reduction instead of the recovery bonus that she got right now in the life leech. Isabella finished casting her spell without being interrupted. She permanently steals 20% of the enemy target's crit rating, 20 points of the enemy target's crit rating, and the damage taken by Isabella while casting is reduced by 60%. So they gave her a damage mitigation and an energy disintegration and a permanent 20 point of the enemy's critical rating. So she is going to be an absolute monster when it comes to damage. Last one, Surge. Casting speed is increased by 15% for a period of time. The new Surge is casting speed is increased by 15% straight up. It's not for a period of time. Wow. Level 2 was 15%, 10 seconds. Now it's 20% just straight up casting. And then level 3 was 20%. And now level 3 here, casting speed is further increased by 15% for the first 10 seconds. So she's going to have a 20% cast speed boost, further increased for the first 10 seconds of battle. I can see her behind Arthur, behind a couple different heroes. With this, Isabella casts a spell as her normal attacks, meaning if Arthur is buffing normal attacks, this is going to be an absolute monster amount of damage that she can put up in a very short time. Wow, that is absolutely crazy. But let's check out the signature item. All right, so each time the ability Void Barrage has been successfully cast 3 times, it will release 2 bolts of lightning that each target different enemies, which is the same that it was, but looking at the plus 10, casting speed is increased by 30%. The old one was 20%. The plus 20 of the signature item was 30%. So they got rid of the plus 20 and increased it. Damage dealt by Void Barrage is increased by 15%. And then each time the ability Void Barrage has been successfully casted 3 times, it will release 3 bolts of lightning instead of just the 2. That is going to be massive. It is going to be massive, massive damage. So not only here is the damage increased quite a bit, is she is going to cast a ton of bolts super, super fast. So if her cast speed is increased by 30% here, Void Barrage is increased by 15% more here, or actually 20% with the 30% of the signature item, and the cast speed is increased by 15% for the first 10 seconds. She is going to have an insane amount of damage when it comes to the beginning. The ability Cyreap additionally targets the enemy with the most hero. So now with her furniture, the energy reduction point of Cyreap is going to target 2 enemies. Wow, that is going to be a massive, massive energy reduction, which is crazy. Void Barrage is used as Isabella's normal attack, was her 3-piece before. This new piece is going to allow you to essentially completely shut down 2 enemies with the energy reduction here from the Cyreap ability, which is the one right down here. She is going to steal energy and also steal 20 points of the enemy's crit, which is going to be permanent. And also she is going to take a reduction overall in the damage. And now it is targeting 2 heroes every 0.5 seconds to reduce them by 75 energy. Wow, if she's casting that fast and cycling through that fast behind Arthur, maybe with twins, possibly with Rowan, it seems like that is going to be absolute insanity. Damage dealt by Void Barrage is increased by 15%, was her old 9 of 9. And look at the new one, guys. All enemies are terrified for 5 seconds. Whenever a non-summoned enemy dies within 8 seconds after being damaged by the ability Decimation, while terrified, enemies are unable to attack and will run the opposite direction. So they gave her a Nara-like furniture bonus with the Terrify. Remember, when Nara finishes out an enemy, they are terrified. But I think hers is only 3 seconds. This is a 5-second crowd control ability. Wow. That is absolutely crazy. The rework of her. Guys, I know we kind of split hairs back and forth about a couple different heroes, but this is the reason, you know, I put up the patch notes yesterday. A lot of players said I fed Isabella to Isolde, I fed Isabella to Damon. This is a massive, massive rework to this hero. Change her abilities, change signature item, furniture, even the damage output she's going to be doing is going to be absolutely phenomenal. I mean, looking at the bonuses, looking at the cast speed, she's going to cast super, super fast, and it is going to hit very hard, and she is going to have that energy reduction point. This is why I tell players, do not feed heroes. All that it takes is one rework. I have gotten burned multiple times at this point. I got burned with Scrag. I got burned with Pharrell. With the reworks that they have, especially a lot of players that fed Rain. Well, now Rain is really good for bosses. Players are getting burned by actually eating heroes because there is a rework. So let's see her actually in battle. We'll slow it down. So there is the ability where she actually absorbs. Boom. There's the, I think that's the Void Lightning one. I want to see the ultimate ability. Very cool. They even reworked the whole animation. She is by far absolutely amazing. I would love to see them do a skin for her, which would be very, very cool. And I love the focus where she does the life leech or the drain out of there and just the energy. So there's the Void Bolts. Boom. So it does have a little bit of delay in there when you see. So there's the ultimate ability. But overall, I love they kept the movement. And she does have that big energy increase. So guys, on some teams, I could see her being absolutely amazing, destroying teams, especially if you get her haste up in PvP. I could see her being very, very strong, especially maxed out with her furniture, with the signature item, just further increasing the cast and increasing the damage that she's going to be doing in here. Guys, that is a very, very solid rework for Isabella. I am very impressed. On my Graveborn account, I have her maxed out with furniture, with signature item, everything. I cannot wait to see this patch drop and see exactly what she can do in the campaign. And I personally think her magic is very powerful, and it's going to be super, super broken. They might nerf it down a little because that is a ton of attack speed. That is a ton of cast speed. That is very, very powerful. Then coupled with the signature item, of course. Wow. It releasing 3 bolts of Void Barrage at a increased damage plus the cast speed is going to be awesome, guys. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Very, very cool to see the Isabella rework. Seems like it's going to be super, super powerful. So again, let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.